Hello friends, Those Back Pages here. I hope you're well. Today's episode is an epic, in my opinion, piece of Mailday that we're going to open live together. And this is something that I'm very proud to own. It becomes a very specific piece of my collection. It's something that I've been searching for, and it turned up via auction, and I was able to win it. And it's something that, just doesn't show up very often, and it's very important, especially here in the month of January. So we're going to open it live here on video, talk a little bit about it. I think it's something that is, like I mentioned, very, let's see, what's the best way to open this? Shipped from California. Not the best at packaging, but let's hope this lab is okay. Scotch tape, that's gonna outrage some people. Blue tape. All right. Let's see, it's got that. It's been to the authenticator, but not for me. People seem to think that, this PSA baggie with the matters. It doesn't. Okay. Wow, yeah, this is just as I had hoped. Just taking a peek personally, and now I'm going to share it with you guys. It's from the 2009 Topps American Heritage release. Is the refractor of Martin Luther King Jr. And boy, is it shiny. I'm hoping that's picking up in the camera there. Just how shiny that is. This is just a beautiful card. Yeah, it's like I said. Now it's scary to think that this is now 15 years old. Excuse me. This release is 15 years old, and these cards, the chrome, you have the Heritage Chrome, and you have the Heritage Chrome Refractor. You don't have black refractors, gold refractors, super refractors. There's none of that. This is the quote-unquote scarcest Martin Luther King in the release, and like I said, it's numbered to 76. The base chrome is numbered to 1776 for obvious reasons. And that's why this one is numbered to 76 for obvious reasons. These are pretty hard to track down. I mean, like I said, we're 15 years past the release date now, 2009, as we're in 2024 now. And it's just, they're hard to track down, let's put it that way. And Martin Luther King Jr., obviously earlier this month we celebrated his birthday, which is a federal holiday. So that's important of itself. I think the historical figures card market is just getting started. This past weekend I was attempting to add some stuff for my show stack, and was beaten badly on a few of the auctions. Lost all of them, but beaten badly on a few of them. The only thing missing from this card is etching. It's got some outlining around the name, around his name, It's in the classic 1968 Topps design, and I don't think that was accidental, given that he was assassinated in 1968. Another thing that's important, when I saw this listing, I had every intention of winning, obviously, because who doesn't? But another, and this was not listed in the subject, the item title, which maybe might not have made a difference to folks, but made a difference to me. And like I said, these are numbered to 76 on the back, and I'm going to show you that back in a minute. And I'm hoping that comes through. If I can get it to focus there. The lighting is not very good. There we go, 42 of 76. That's right, number 42 of 76. So that's Jackie's number. So Jackie Robinson. If you're watching this video, you know the importance of Jackie Robinson in American history. I'm hoping you're aware of the the importance of Martin Luther King in American history. I highly recommend you listen to his speeches. He was a very well-spoken man and entertaining as far as his delivery, his message. And I'm not going to get into all of that stuff, the political stuff, but I think it's important, as we enter here, we end towards the end of January of 2024, that there is many I'm hearing a lot of collectors saying, oh, I'm getting priced out, Topps is going crazy with the group breakers and the pre-sales and the pricing, and the wax boxes are going up and up and up. The singles market is not correlating to the wax prices going up and up and up. I think we all know why that is. So I think it's important to try, like I always tell you guys, to cast a wider net. Don't be afraid to take chances. Not everything is going to work out. That's the nature of the beast as far as our hobby goes. So if you start looking at these other little nooks and crannies, you're going to find some real good nuggets and little gold nuggets here and there. I think that excuse me, I think that we're seeing more as a whole. We're seeing people start to look backwards. Not necessarily the historical figures, but we're seeing a lot of continued 90s sports, 90s soaring. I don't know if soaring is the right word, but increased demand for the 90s stuff. And I think personally, even the early 90s stuff is still fairly untapped. There is a good amount of it. Obviously, there's no denying that. But I think that a lot of people get caught up with the late 90s, the low numbers, that stuff, which is fine. And PMG kind of rose all boats in that degree. But there's still some early 90s stuff, I think. Obviously, elites, 91 elites, 92 elites. I'm rambling here, I apologize. But I think it's important to try to, if you want to try to stay involved in the hobby, one of the best ways to do so is to broaden your horizons. And, a year ago, if you had told me, you know what, you're going to do an entire video showing one pickup, and it's a 2009 Topps Heritage American Chrome Refractor of Martin Luther King Jr., I probably would have said that you're crazy. And yet, here we are, the end of January 2024, and I am so proud to have this in my collection. I think that They are difficult to find. I mean, you had the thing to remember with when this product was released, a lot of us were collecting heritage baseball pretty strong, but we weren't really paying attention to Americana, well, Topps Heritage American, and then they actually made another release later in the year called Topps Heritage American Heroes. So that there's two different releases that look the same. It's still not 100% myself on how all of that goes, but I think it's important to not forget about this release. I mean, if you look at it, the super hardcore Topps Heritage baseball guys that started when the brand started in 01, putting master sets together, 2001, I can't see why they wouldn't have put these Americana sets together. Just because by that point, 9 years into the brand, at that point, people were pretty addicted, pretty hooked. And I realized that now that we sit in 2024, with the overall popularity of Topps Heritage is not what it once was. There's a lot of factors that go into that. I think that we could see a slight resurgence with this year's Heritage Baseball being modeled after the 1975 set, which is very popular, Brett Yount, etc. So we're going to see how that goes. And that's just something to keep in mind. Again, if you've been with me for a while on my channel, I appreciate it. And we go all over the map here. We're constantly, the focus is that of a gnat, and or attention span, however that phrase goes. But I want to thank you for your time. I hope you found this video informational. Maybe you learned a little something. Maybe it set a little spark on you to go ahead and maybe venture into something you're not totally comfortable collecting, but you have a I don't want to say gut call, but you feel that it might be right. Again, this in a year, 2 years, 5 years, however years, this may be irrelevant, but then again, it may not be. Especially for something like what you're looking at here that's specifically numbered to 76, and there's no gold, there's no lower, like I mentioned, there's no super 1 of 1, there's no numbered to 5. It's just this card, the unshiny, the non-refractor version, which is numbered to 1776, which in its own right is not that high, super high print. I mean, you can find one here and there, but they're not readily available. You can't go on the internet now and buy 20 copies, 10 copies. It's just, if you do find 10 or 20 copies, you're a better searcher than I am. Let's put it that way. But again, yeah, that the base Heritage is it's like $3-4, so it's readily available. It's not. There are a lot of sets out there, but again, this is commons talking here. But something like this refractor, I felt, we're in the month of January, his birthday. Just the importance of this card. I felt that it deserved its own episode.